Boy, that is not a flattering shirt he's wearing there.
Yeah, gonna want that one back.
Thanks, brother.
It is SportsCenter with Jay and Dan. I'm Dan, he's Jay, and I hope our entire crew makes it through this show because a lot of coughing, a lot of hacking, a lot of snorting.
Snort?
Like a lot of the sniffles.
Oh, you were talking about something else, you know what I mean?
No.
Okay. Dan, I love you always describe it one anthem games. They're the best. You got the all-Canadian matchup. Yes. And the Toronto Maple Leafs kicking off that Western Road swing. That's when all the Western Canadian season ticket holders sell their tickets to their buddies from Toronto for triple the price. 1-0 Toronto after 1. By the way, Freddie Anderson 5-0-1 in his career against Calgary. Comes out to Nikita Zaitsev. Zaitsev is his nickname. Goes off Michael Backlund's stick and in. 2-0 Toronto. Anderson comes out to play the puck. The shot hits Sam Bennett right in the face. He's forced to leave the game. Real tough season for Sam Bennett as the Leafs win.
Canucks and Isles. Vancouver is the league's 5th best power play on the road, operating at a 25% click. First period. Canucks early man advantage. 7 seconds into it, Andrew Ladd on a breakaway. Wires past Anders Nilsson, the 6th shorty Vancouver's allowed this season, 3rd most in the league, and shorty calls their games. To Jordan Eberle, roofs Eberle's 400th career point. Just to remind you, he did not invite us to his wedding this past summer.
We would have gone.
The Canucks lose all 3 games to the 3 New York area teams.
Without question, the most disappointing team this NHL season, the Edmonton Oilers. The team some favor to win it all this year. They've suffered through a disastrous start that led to their GM answering questions from the Edmonton media on Tuesday. Well, the worst thing would be to lose at home to the only team sitting below them in the Western Conference, the Arizona Coyotes. I mean, surely they wouldn't let that happen on Tuesday, would they? We're ripping it past the screen. Talbot. Yotes in front after 40 minutes. 3rd period. Edmonton still down 1. That's Wedgwood. And Edmonton ties it at 2. Edmonton had dominated the 3rd. This one needed overtime, less than a minute to go. Bails his team out with a beautiful individual effort to complete the comeback victory as Edmonton wins back-to-back games for just the 2nd time all season.
Whenever a team loses a championship game, I immediately try to imagine what that must feel like, knowing you got that far, but now have to go back and start it all over again. For the Calgary Stampeders, it must feel 10 times worse, knowing they all but had the Grey Cup locked up until Kamar Jordan fumbled the football late in the game, just yards from the end zone. A play Jordan was thrown under the bus for by his own teammate. Jordan's response to that call-out may surprise you.
I don't really want to add no fuel to that fire. The one thing I'll say is I agree with what he said, and that's pretty much all I want to say on that.
Quay's not wrong. It was stupid football. It was not smart. If Quay would have done that, trust me, he'd have talked about it a lot worse than the way he did.
Mark-Ray McDaniel, who did the throwing under the bus, also met the media. Very emotional about losing his 2nd Grey Cup.
It was a rough year for me personally.
Is it harder knowing that that's one less chance?
The way the game went this past year, I mean, yeah, you just don't know if this is your last one. I don't know if this is my last one, ever, or my last one in Calgary. So, man, that 2014 ring is a lot more special to me now than it was before.
Upset about losing his 2nd straight Grey Cup. The Argos, they had a party, though. The Grey Cup rally Downtown Toronto, 38-year-old Ricky Ray yet to make a decision on his future after winning a 4th Grey Cup. Some Argos fans, they have an idea.
Only one? Why not 2, huh?
This team was built. It was built in 9 months. It was built brick by brick with a bunch of people on their knees working day to day to put those bricks together. We had a vision from the beginning, and that was to arrive right here. It was on the calendar, right? Yes. It was on the calendar. Yes, we started in day 1 185 days ago, and we expected this moment to arrive, and it happened because of the men that are standing behind me.
This feeling I have right now with this city where we at right now, this is so much bigger. This is something we're building here. We're building a dynasty starting right now. So believe in it. It's going down.
It was 15 degrees in Toronto.
It was nice.
Coming up, what happened to Jonathan Drouin at practice Tuesday? Why did he have to be helped off the ice? The answer is coming up next.
All right, at Habs practice on Tuesday, Jonathan Drouin made a rookie mistake trying to take to the ice without any blades on his skates. Afterward, Max Pacioretty denied any notion that Drouin was pranked.
Stepped on the ice without blades. I don't think it takes a genius to know you need blades on your skates. I think he did it to himself. He put on his skates without blades on and walked on the ice without blades on. I don't know how you can say that it's someone else.
You're guilty of something.
I swear to you. I swear to God. I don't know. Like, I've never seen that in my life.
I just forgot I had new skates today, and my new blades were on my new skates, so came on today, didn't even feel it walking on the ice. I just stepped on and definitely felt it there.
Blue Jackets hosting the Hurricanes as John Tortorella just 1 win away from 100 wins with Columbus. This one needed a shootout, so overtime solved nothing. That means everyone take a drink. The bread man, Artemi Panarin, beating Scott Darling. Torts gets win number 100 with the Blue Jackets. This Thursday, Tiger Woods will play in the Hero World Challenge in the Bahamas following 10 months out of action after a 4th back operation. He spoke to the media Tuesday about his struggles with pain medication and his DUI, saying, "It's hard to imagine I was living the way I was living." As for his game,
I'm winging this by ear because I don't know what my body can and can't do yet. I just got the go-ahead about a little over a month ago to start letting it go. But I still don't know. I was saying to you guys, I don't have any pain anymore in my back, but I do have some stiffness. No duh. It's fused.
Do you hope to play like a semi-full schedule going forward?
See, again, I don't know. I mean, I'd like to give you a better answer, but I just really don't know yet. I just really want to be able to compete this week, play all 4 days, and give myself a chance on that back nine on Sunday to win this thing.
I'm rooting for the guy, rooting for him.
Yeah, he looks real good. Game's better when he's in it. New sponsor, Dan, of our walkover timer.
Crabtree's safety chains. Yeah. You don't want a chain ripped off your neck. You need a safety chain.
Jeff O'Neill was in here earlier. He questioned me going to this seat.
He's very upset that you take the long way around.
Very upset about that. So I'm going to do it even more deliberately now.
The Giants, they've announced Geno Smith's going to start against the Raiders Sunday, ending Eli Manning's streak of 210 straight starts, 87 short of Brett Favre's NFL record. Eli was offered the opportunity to start the game to keep his streak alive, but refused, saying, if you're going to play the other guys, play them. Knowing you won't finish the game and have a chance to win it is pointless to me.
You know, it's not a preseason game where you're going to play start to the half. It's the next week, a quarter, a series. That's not fair. It's not fair to me, not fair to Geno.
So let's bring in our NFL insider, Mike Garafolo from the NFL Network. Mike, you covered the Giants for 8 seasons for the Star Ledger. I'd love to get your reaction to the news that Eli Manning will be benched this weekend.
Shocking to me. A couple of things shocking to me. One, the fact that I understand why Ben McAdoo did it. I understand why Jerry Reese did it. There are a couple of guys with the job security that's not real secure right now. So I get that. But I just cannot believe that ownership, John Mara and the Tisches, signed off on this. And John Mara not even in the building to meet with Eli Manning face to face. I mean, you think that maybe you'd give the home fans a chance to say goodbye to Eli Manning, to, you know, at least make it clear that he's playing out the string here. But to do it like this, and then all of a sudden he's going to be your backup the next time your fans see him on the field, that part is surprising to me above all else. And I really will be curious to see what John Mara, who is known as one of the more classy owners in the league, what he's going to say in the fallout from this situation here, really.
What does this mean for Eli's future in New York? Is he done now?
He's not completely done. I spoke to several Giants officials and players and coaches today, and no one was willing to say, yeah, this means he's done, we're moving on. But the tone, I mean, I had one guy say it was a really dark day here in the facility, so everybody kind of feels like this is going to wind up being the end for Eli Manning. But the reason that they can't rule it out is, I mean, some of the people that I'm talking to, who knows if they're even going to be working for this team in a couple of months. And like I said, McAdoo and Reese, those guys might be out of a job. So now if you get a new general manager that comes in, maybe he doesn't like Davis Webb or the current crop of rookie quarterbacks, still believes that Eli Manning's got some good football left, then I could see Manning coming back and being the starter here. But again, no matter how much you change the GM and ownership, or excuse me, GM and the coaches, ownership's still going to be the same. So I wonder how Eli Manning, who has a no-trade clause and can control his future, is going to respond to this. And I'll add one more thing. He's set to make $16 million next year. It's not a ton of money for starting caliber quarterbacks in this league. Guys are making up over $20 million. So it is a reasonable price if the Giants decide, whoever it is, that yes, we want to bring Eli Manning back.
He is our NFL insider, Mike Garafolo. Let's get those cards out of here.
Cards over there.
I'm transfixed by Bobby's hair. It is,
it's impeccable.
Awesome.
Coming up, the greatest awards presentation you will see today, the Jannies. That's next. Yeah, you literally rub your hands together and you say,
Ruby O'Toole, big fan of that animation.
Leafs beat the Flames 4-1. Toronto's 7th win in their last 10. Oilers came from behind to beat the Arizona Coyotes 3-2. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins with the overtime winner. And the Canucks fell to the Islanders 5-2. Jordan Eberle, 400th career point. Vancouver has dropped 3 straight.
Heat and Cavs, second quarter. LeBron James spots J.R. Smith cutting, throwing down. That was pretty much the lone bright spot for LeBron. That's right. LeBron kicked up for the first time in his career, finished with 21 points, 12 boards, and 6 assists. Enes Kanter sending a shot at LeBron on Twitter, calling the ref the king of Cleveland. Kanter and James, they had a beef a couple weeks ago. Cavs, they still win their 9th straight. They're rolling.
Anytime is here.
Leafs and Flames, Calgary, odd man rush. Matthew Tkachuk, chance in tight. Freddie Anderson shuts the screen door.
Speaking of shutting the screen door, Pecorine was sensational against the Blackhawks on Tuesday. And here, a pad stop on Patrick Kane. On Patrick Kane. More from Heat and Cavs. James Johnson rejected by the rim. Not once, but twice. You see, it's not just the best plays, it's the worst plays as well. That's the Jannies.
Ooh, you know what that game did? It made LeBron mad, and the Cavs just won 9 straight. Look out.
Now look out. When we come back, Rob Stone's going to join us. It's exciting. And I know someone who's going to be at that game on Wednesday at BMO Field between TFC and the Crew, and that's Fox Soccer host Rob Stone and a good friend of ours from Fox. Did you
so good to see you guys. You guys made it. And I see this thing continues.
Right?
So
Please
good.
Don't touch me again.
So good.
And you brought the warm weather with
You're welcome.
That's
I brought the LA
spectacular.
weather for you guys.
This is interesting. We were talking about this before the show. From a Fox perspective, TFC's an interesting team because you've got big American stars on the team.
Yeah, normally I think you don't really want to, in the States, you don't want to air a Canadian team because you lose that market, you lose that. Look, that's executive talk.
I'll pretend I wasn't offended.
Exactly. That's above my pay grade. But TFC it's a North American team because of the American influence on it. So it registers in the U.S. And with Michael Bradley and Josie Altidore and American coach and Greg Vanney, like this is a team that I think if you asked the Fox soccer guys, we would take them over probably 80% of the teams in the league because they're really fun to watch, they're entertaining, and they're a fantastic storyline. Best team in the regular season, on track for another berth at MLS Cup in Toronto as well. So
but they need to score some goals.
That would help.
Their stars are going to be back for the second leg.
Having Josie back, having Javinko back, who I think has been arguably the greatest acquisition in MLS history.
Wow.
And he's a guy that it really bothers me that the Italian national team did not call him up and let him participate and help them out in World Cup qualifying. Obviously, Italy didn't make it to the World Cup. Ditto for Josie and Bradley. But I love watching Javinko play. It gives all of us small guys hope, right, Dan?
Yeah.
That we too can do something out there.
I believe you have something else you wanted to talk to us about.
Well, for those of us that don't know, we all used to work together in Los Angeles at Fox Sports. And
thanks, Glad.
Thank you, Glad.
So we've got Jay and Dan stuff that they left behind. So the folks at Fox said, please, can you, I heard you going back to Toronto, can you get rid of it? So we got, Dan, you left your cushion behind. You left your seat, your seat cushion behind.
Good.
Yeah, if you want to try that out, does it feel right back?
You see, that's better.
There you go. Now, you're welcome.
That's what you're missing.
You guys left your Whalers jersey behind.
Hartford Whalers.
Yeah, brass banana. This is the year they take the Adams.
Absolutely.
You hear that?
Brass banana.
You hear that, Nordique? Suck it, Nordique.
Yeah,
it's the year of the whale.
Shout out to Mike Liut.
There you go.
Lou. They're not booing. They're saying Lou. Zarly Zalapsky.
And Ray Ferrara.
Right here.
How about Ray?
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's good. Neener. You got your health care cards you left behind.
Perfect. This is our insurance.
Yeah, Dan, I think you have a couple copays.
Oh, gosh, do I ever.
That we're still counting on.
The littlest hobo is my issuer here.
I don't know if you guys remember
Cross,
in their changing room, because they were upper echelon at Fox Sports, they had their own tanning bed because it is LA. You guys left the goggles.
You know what?
There you go.
That
They're not
makes so
swimming
much
goggles.
sense.
They're tanning goggles.
Nice.
Your VIP cards to Bud's on Venice Beach.
Oh,
yes. I miss Bud.
Yes, Bud misses you.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Bud misses you as well.
Oh, man.
Danny, you got a... yeah, that was left behind for you.
Tools non-refundable deposit on Marina Del Rey Vista 2 condo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sad. Sad.
Finally got that.
This was your prospectus for
This
that
is for
sitcom
me?
that you were going to write?
Oh, that's right. Jay and Dan, How to Make It in America, a novel. You know what? I started working on it, and a lot of blank pages here.
It's a twist ending.
Yes.
It's a twist ending.
Here's a collection of all the shot sheets from your NHL coverage at Fox Sports.
See, it's empty. That's
Oh, there's actually some notes.
Really? NHL? No chance.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then, that's weird. It's my wife's handwriting, and that's her favorite perfume. Dearest Jay. Why don't you,
Okay. LA's loss is Canada's gain. Thank you for sharing your talents with us south of the border. Love, the Stones. Oh, it's the whole family.
Yeah, we miss you guys. We really miss you guys a lot.
Oh, man.
You guys are fantastic.
And Lynn and Camden. Oh, my goodness. What a beautiful family.
Why don't you send us to a break?
Hey, coming up after Chuck Pagano's surreal rant during a presser, we're counting down bizarre media moments in the Sports Centra with an E top 10.
I have to say, you're pretty good at broadcasting.
Stone Cold Read, baby.
Woke up to that this morning. Said Sonny and Cher, I got you, babe. Went down, got my coffee, said hello to what's her name, the little gal at the coffee shop. You ever see the movie Groundhog Day? What do you guys do? You spend so much time on Twitter, you're not enjoying the better things in life. There's a storm in the Atlantic. Hurricane, whatever you want to call it. When's it going to hit landfall? It's coming.
Good?
Well, those were two very different media conferences. And yes, they're called media conferences because if it was a press conference, then only newspapers would be there, okay? We all on the same page? Good. Glad to finally check pet peeve number 486 off my list. Now time for the top 10 bizarre media moments.
Yeah, it's just feet. I mean, I'm into feet, man. I just like good feet. I don't have a foot fetish other than defense. I have a defensive foot fetish. I admit to it.
How I feel. Damn sick and tired of getting out rebounded. 25 offensive rebounds. First time we block out, we get called for a damn block out. The entire thing came down to offensive rebound. They got every stinking offensive rebound, and we didn't get one of them. What else do you want to know?
Former Niners quarterback Blaine Gabbert showed up for most post-game press conferences on time. The only problem, he was the only one who showed up. Not a single member of the media there to ask him questions, so he just sat down, had himself some water.
What was different for you tonight in terms of just setting the tone with your game in this game?
Ball.
The ball in your hands, and you did a lot with it.
I've got nothing else to say.
My wife's name is Sharon, and I'd name everything Sharon. I mean, you know, my life's complicated enough, and I have to make enough decisions every day, and I have to remember enough things every day. If I had it to do over again, I got 4 kids. They'd all be named Sharon. It'd be, hey, Sharon, where's Sharon? Get Sharon. How's Sharon? You know, and so it'd be perfect.
That's what you want to know?
The manager said you were sick.
Yeah, I had diarrhea. I had a diarrhea, and then... Why? Why is it funny?
I don't think there was ever a question there. I think it's just a lot of gobble, gobble turkey, you know? If I just gobble, gobble, gobble turkey from Jive Turkey Gobblers.
With your addition to this team, is it a fair expectation to see a clear pathway towards a World Cup? Let me rephrase. Do you expect now that you're here, Bastian, that World Cup goal for Chicago Fire is a realistic expectation?
Well, not the World Cup. We as a club don't play for the World Cup.
I turn and look, there's a little kitty cat in our kitchen. So I said, what are you doing in here, little kitty cat? By that time, the cat turns, tries to get back out. That scream won't go that way. Cat starts going, meow, all crazy. And I told our players, you need to be more like a dog. We don't need a bunch of cats in here looking in the mirror. Do I look good? I got my extra bands on. I got my other shoes on. Be a dog. We don't need no meows. We don't need no cats. We need more dogs.
How's your breath? It's not good, eh?
No, I meant in terms of conditioning.
Oh. But I can't believe that.
Heart attack.
How can you not like Phil Kessel?
I know, he's the best.
1v1. It's coming up.
Phil Kessel.
We've been asking you to send us your letters to Danta Claus. It's your sports wish list. Send it to @JNDan with the hashtag Danta Claus. We're going to do it every Tuesday. We got a letter. It said, all I want for Christmas is an Avengers-esque CFL dream team comprising of, but not limited to, Doug Flutie, Matt Dunnigan, Tommy Joe Coffey, and Mike Morielli. Please make it happen. Who is the J-man? One problem. We got an 81-year-old on that team and not enough players.
Yeah, we need a few more players. So maybe you could write us back and tell us who else you'd like to be on that team. It's 1v1 time, and this is the ingredient for 1v1. Very, very simple. It's got it. It's going. It's round. Your challenger comes for the pitch. Jamie Vardy. Amazing volley here will beat. He'll take on champion Carey Price. He gets the pad down to Rob, friend of SportsCenter with Jay and Dan, Nick Foligno. Great stop there.
Hey, Vardy, you got no shot.
No shot, Vardy. 6 Eastern edition of SportsCenter Wednesday. Lindsay Vardy volley Hamilton will reveal the winner. Just a reminder, you do not want to miss seeing Neil Young, Canadian legend, live from somewhere in Canada. It's a mystery. This Friday night at 8 Eastern. Where can you see it? Only on ctv.ca. You can use your phone, your tablet.
Mine's kind of...
Dan's phone's in not in great shape. Your desktop, your laptop, your smart TV, your Apple TV, or something producer Tim calls a Roku stick. There it is. Oh, boy. God, that's just disgusting.
I got greasy fingers on there. You blew it.
Get a hold of yourself.
I forgot to mention Kevin Love. Yeah, he had 38 points. I forgot to mention that. It was in the lower third, but should be mentioned out loud.
Kevin Love.
For the Cavs.
Man, the Cavs are on fire. 9 straight wins, Dan. Yeah. Movember, of course. You can still donate. SportsCenter with Jay and Dan team on the Movember page. Here we go, Dan.
Okay, we're in the dying days here of the Movember. Again, you are missing shaving the rest of your face. It's okay for this area.
No, because we're doing all these corporate shoots for TSN, and I have to shave early in the day, and then it grows in. A friend of mine pointed out, you're the only person he knows that should probably put, like, gray highlights in your mustache.
No.
He thinks it looks weird that you have...
this?
He thinks it looks weird that you have brown mustache and gray hair.
I think your friend looks weird.
He actually is pretty hideous looking.